The Confessions of Saint Augustine, Book 9, Chapter 9. Brought up thus modestly and soberly, and made subject rather by you to her parents than by her parents to you, so soon as she was of marriageable age, being bestowed upon a husband, she served him as her Lord, and did her diligence to win him unto you, preaching you unto him by her conversation, by which you ornamented her, making her reverently amiable and admirable unto her husband. And she so endured the wronging of her bed as never to have any quarrel with her husband thereon. For she looked for your mercy upon him, that believing in you he might be made chaste. But beside this he was fervid, as in his affections, so in anger. But she had learnt not to resist an angry husband, not in need only, but not even in word. Only when he was smooth and tranquil, and in a temper to receive it, she would give an account of her actions, if haply he had over hastily taken offence. In a word, while many matrons, who had milder husbands, yet bore even in their faces marks of shame, would in familiar talk blame their husbands' lives, she would blame their tongues, giving them, as in jest, earnest advice, that from the time they heard the marriage writings read to them, they should account them as indentures, whereby they were made servants, and so remembering their condition, ought not to set themselves up against their lords. And when they, knowing what a choleric husband she endured, marveled that it had never been heard, nor by any token perceived, that Patricius had beaten his wife, or that there had been any domestic difference between them, even for one day, and confidentially asking the reason, she taught them her practice above mentioned. Those wives who observed it found the good and returned thanks. Those who observed it not found no relief and suffered. Her mother-in-law also, at first by whisperings of evil servants, incensed against her, she so overcame by observance and persevering endurance and meekness that she of her own accord discovered to her son the meddling tongues whereby the domestic peace betwixt her and her daughter-in-law had been disturbed, asking him to correct them. Then, when in compliance with his mother, and for the well-ordering of the family, he had with stripes corrected those discovered at her will who had discovered them, she promised the like reward to any who, to please her, should speak ill of her daughter-in-law to her. And known, now venturing, they lived together with a remarkable sweetness of mutual kindness.